Okay, this one's going to be a little different. I'm not sure how much of the art I can show for copyright reasons, but we'll see how it goes. In 1986, 2000 AD did a spin off magazine called Diceman. Now, it was done by Pat Mills, who's a major writer for them and still is. Um, Actually, I think he's kind of tired, but nah, he's still doing stuff. Anyway, and the idea was each issue came with a couple of comic strips that were actually adventure game novels. The main character was Diceman himself, Rick Fortune, and didn't really do many stories, but a few. He was the psychotic investigator, 30s private detective with sonic powers, who used a pair of stone dice to summon things. Yeah, but other than that, there was a lot of 2000 AD stuff in it as well. In fact, they're probably the more common stuff. So you had Judge Dredd strips. Actually, I think you only had one Judge Dredd strip, House of Death. You had two Nemesis the Warlock strips. One where you play as Nemesis the Warlock himself, and one where you play as Torquemander. You had three Slain strips. So Darkman had four strips. ABG Warriors had one strip. Rogue Trooper had two strips, and the final strip, you play as Ronald Reagan. Yeah. 20 to 30 pages per story, with a lot of the 2000 AD staff as the artists and the writers. In fact, Pat Mills pretty much wrote all of them. Apart from the 2000 AD, apart from the Judge Dredd strip, that's actually done by John Wagner, who was the main writer of Judge Dredd. But the game elements were always Pat Mills doing it. Artwork involved various different people like Kevin O'Neill, Brian Talbot, Hunt Emerson, and that's going. Now, this comic only went for 5 issues. February 86 to October 86, published every 2 months. Why? No idea. Maybe some of the 2000 AD people didn't think it really fitted in with their style of doing stuff. Maybe the people in adventure game books didn't think much of the 2000 AD stuff. Hard to say. It still had the same kind of style for 2000 AD engine, and they have released the trade paperback that completes all 5 issues. But yeah, one of the reason or another didn't go past the 5 issues. But these are short, choose an adventure game stories, and I thought it'd be interesting to have a look at least one of them. Again, so yeah. So the first one I'm going to go through would be issue 1's House of Death by Judge Dredd. So the first one I'll be going through would be Judge Dredd's story House of Death, written by John Wagner, game side by Paul Mills, artwork by Brian Talbot, on issue 1, February 86. The game element itself is relatively simple, and I'll read through the rules and bit the background for it. You are Judge Dredd, the famous lawman of Megacity 1, giant metropolis of the 22nd century. You've heard rumours of an illegal cult operating from Crowlin Mansion, a long-abandoned house near the city waterfront. The Brotherhood of Bao are known to revel in torture and bloodshed, and may be linked to the disappearance of several hundred citizens. Your assignment is to find out what they've been doing in Crowlin Mansion. You have with you your Lawmaster bike, your Lawgiver gun which fires 6 kind of bullets, the standard execution bullet, the rubber ricochet bullet, the incendiary bullet, the high explosive bullet, the armor piercing bullet, and heat seekers. The object is to overcome the creature that is laying in wait for you, keeping your energy rating as high as possible. Every time you hit, you lose your energy. Complete your initial energy rating and note it down in the score sheet. Complete your initial energy. Okay. No. Your energy rating is decided quite simply. You start off with 40, being Judge Dredd. You then roll 1 dice to get your final energy rating. And my energy rating, I rolled a 4. So my energy rating is 48. I do not know if that's good or bad. I'm assuming it's not too bad. Because, well, you start off with 40 and... What was this 48? I rolled 4. 44. When you see a skull symbol, you are under attack. The rules for creatures attacking you are quite simple. Roll 2 dice for them. If it's equal or higher than the number beside the skull, you've been hit. If you are hit, roll the number of dice indicated for damage. Deduce this amount from your energy rating. If your energy rating is reduced to 0, you're dead. There's only 1 combat round per picture. Because, yeah, again, basic example. If it's 5 plus to hit, damage 1, you roll 2 dice for the creature. If they got 5 more, you've been hit. You then 1 roll dice to see how much damage you're taking. Yeah, simple. You cannot kill most of the creatures that live in Crowlin Mansion, so the same combat principle does not apply to them. Oh dear. You're now ready to deal with whatever terrors are inside the house. You are the law, and they'd better believe it. Yeah, very simple rules. A couple of bits are a bit weird, but yeah, that's fine. So, as it's told in combat formats, each panel is basically the one section of the book. So, you drive down Dock Street towards Croglin Mansion. People look fearfully at you, then quickly turn away. Ma'am, it's Judge Dredd. Shush, son, or he'll book you for causing a disturbance. Yep. But you know they have nothing to fear from you, as long as they obey the law. For this is your city, and these are your citizens. They may not be up to much, but you've sworn to protect them. Evening, Your Honor. Keep on the sidewalk, citizen. Am I going to try to do voices? Yeah. You park your lawmaster and survey the old mansion. The house is groaning and creaking with age. You notice a smell of damp and decay, and something else. Evil. A scream of a soul in torment. Ah! You judge the situation. Will you smash through the front door on your motorbike? Have a look through the letterbox first? Or slip in through the cellar? Well, the letterbox sounds absolutely hilarious. I can imagine Judge Dredd in a letterbox. Are you in it? Actually, yeah, why not? I'll do the letterbox. You cautiously approach the house and peer through the letterbox. Chew on this, Judge. You desperately jump to one side, and I've got a roll to see if I get attacked, because I look at the letterbox and somebody's sticking a gun at me. So I roll my 2 dice. I scored 4. It hits on a 6+. That means I've dodged it. You then run back to your lawmaster. You decide on the direct approach. You crash through the doors. Judge Dredd, the hated one, kill him. Eventually the cultists decide to attack you. They attack you. They hit on an 8+. So let's see what I roll for them. 10. They've hit me. Okay, I'll then roll to see what damage they do to me. They do 6 damage. Ah, that's typical, isn't it? I'm gonna have to do 44 minus 6. My math is rubbish. But it's 38. Some welcome. Okay, you creeps, shake hands with this. Bike cannon. I don't remember the long mouse having a cannon. Okay. You shoot them with the cannon bike. The bike's cannon. You see their crazed eyes, the telltale red stains around their lips, and you know they are beyond redemption. You mow them down without mercy. Okay, goat breath. What's the story? Spill it. Leave me alone. Let me die in peace. You've got to get information out of him first. I said talk, punk. What do you want to know? He asks. Do you say, tell me about any traps? What the heck's that thing around your neck? Which looks like a key from this picture. And who's behind all this? Well, I'm a bit worried about the who's behind all this because it's a cult that worship death. Yeah. Traps would be nice. But at the same time, the key would be interesting because it's a key to something. I'm going to go for the key. So let's see. What's that key around your neck? The key to the generator chest. But the master key to the generator itself is in the bathroom. Where, punk? Behind the shower curtain. He drops dead before he can tell you any more. You rip the key from his neck and pocket it. You head further into the house. Should you go up the stairs or check out the rooms on the ground floor first? I will go upstairs, because if there's an upstairs, there's chances are to be something more important up there. 2 impressive staircases lead to the upper floor. We take the left staircase or the right staircase. I'll take the right one, because the left is quite a sinister one. Cautiously, you start to climb. As you reach the landing, a shadowy figure emerges from the library. I have been waiting for you. Gaze into the face of fear. Judge Fear, his hideous visage can terrify a man to death. So see if I'm hit, roll. On an 8+, I'm affected. So I will roll 2 dice. 5. I am not affected. But you are no normal man. No thanks. You bonk him on the head. You strike him back. Hence the classic gaze into the fist of Dredd. And then I kick him one and knock him down the stairs. His foot catches the tripwire and boom, his head's taken off. Curse you, Dredd. I've just defeated Judge Fear. As you go up the next flight of stairs, you hear a thrum of a generator. Of course, if the Brotherhood of Bao brought the Dark Judges here, they must have a dimension warp. Yep, okay, trying to explain the Dark Judges. But if you're not sure about Dark Judges and Judge Dredd, in an alternative reality of Earth, well, the Judge Dredd Earth, one of the judges, Sidney Dief, decided that not only is he quite cool and sadistic, but to probably do his role as a judge, crime is only committed by the living. So therefore he should punish all the living. He eventually met up with 2 basically death-worshipping sisters, and they did a ceremony on him, and they all turned into undead, immortal creatures. He then basically turned all the judges into immortal undead creatures, and started systematically wiping out the rest of that planet. Then he decided, since they're now all the undead creatures, they're acting too much like they're alive, so he pretty much wiped out all them as well. Then it's just left with him and his 3 lieutenants, really. The 4 Dark Judges, and the sisters. So then some aliens teleported to their planet, who actually dimension travels. So immediately they killed them, realised they can travel to dimensions, and started going to different dimensions. First, Death did, went to Mega City 1, fought Judge Dredd, was then trapped inside Judge Anderson's body, and she was then tombed up, basically. Then the other judges appeared, trying to rescue him. And they end up travelling through different realities. When they die, they take on a psionic, ghostly form, which can then inhabit bodies. How they transfer. Anyway. So, you met Judge Fear. There are 3 more Dark Judges. Judge Mortis, Judge Fire, and Judge Death. And yes, Mortis basically means death, so it's a bit interesting there. Right. Following the sound, you see Judge Fire, who is basically permanently on fire. Such is his fiery heat, even your high-X shells detonate before they reach him. Then he strikes. I'm hit. Automatically. Ooh. Let's roll a dice to see what I get hit by. Oh, hit by 1. That's not bad. I can do that. Down to 37. Fire attacks again. Justice comes to all. Burn, Dredd, burn. Now I have to roll to see if he hits me again. And I roll my 2 dice, and... Ooh, oh, that's good. I've got a 9. He hits on 10 plus. I've avoided that. You back away. You only have 1 slim chance. As Judge Fire approaches you, you aim at the chandelier. Now roll 1 dice to see if I accurately hit it. Let's see. I need... A 1 goes to 1 section. A 2 to 6 goes to another section. I got a feeling 1's the only one that's going to hit. And I rolled a 3. You bring the chandelier down on him. Curse you! I'm not finished yet. Your ploy has merely delayed him, but you have no time to waste dealing with him. Even if you could, your gun is twisted, useless now. You hurry towards the sound of the generator. The cult must have homed in on the Dark Judge's death auras, then brought them back. And you realize they can just as easily be returned to their endless limbo if you can find the generator. It's in here, thinks Dredd. The sound stops as you enter the bedroom. The room is like ice, unnaturally cold, and you realize Judge Death, leader of the Dark Judges, may be somewhere in the room with you, and you have no weapon to combat him. The door slams shut behind you, blocking off your escape. Your only hope is to find the generator before Judge Death emerges from his hiding place. Where will I look? In the wardrobe, behind the curtains, or under the bed? Right, where the generator is. Probably does not have the master key to the generator. That's a pain, but I do have the key to access it. I'm going to try the wardrobe, because I would probably hide it in the wardrobe myself. You start to open the wardrobe. It feels deathly cold. Do I want to look inside? Or do I want to check one of the other places? Yeah. Actually, I'll check under the bed. You find an old chest and pull it out. If you took the goat breather's key and would like to open it, I have taken the key. Yay! Inside is the dimension generator. To switch it on, you will need the master key. I do not have the master key. I have to go to another section. I know where the master key is. It's in the bathroom. Suddenly, Judge Death, most feared of the 4 judges, bursts out of the wardrobe. Greetings. Drock. I'm going to kill you, but do not be afraid. Dying is good. Dying is easy. It just stick my hand in and squeeze. Judge Death has finally defeated you. Moments before you expire, you see the blurred figures of the 4 Dark Ones exulting over you. Without Dredd, Mega City 1 will be ours. All will be judged. All will be found guilty. And there can be only one sentence. Death. Game over. Yep. Oh, I've just been killed. Yeah. I probably should have found the bathroom first. And I think for some reason the bathroom might have been downstairs. Who would put a bathroom downstairs? Yeah, I suppose. Greens. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. It's mostly very relatively short, of course. It's very artwork focused and tells comic strips, which is a nice way of doing it. I've got no problem with it being told like that. I think it's done well. Again, the artwork's common. Gameplay is simple enough, but you can get involved, get something to happen. Again, it's a bit of an instant kill, which is never too keen on instant kills because it kind of defeats the whole point. But at the same time, considering what you're up against, phonetically makes sense. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's quite a good one. And to be short, as I said, they have done a trade paperback compilation of all the Diceman strips. And it's kind of worth it because you get strips featuring different characters, good artwork, good stories, you follow it, quite easy to go through. Yeah, I got no problem with that. So, okay, bye.